fight on, men and women, the blue and white, fight on with all your very might. Horseheads high is our battle cry. Fight, horseheads, fight. Keep up the courage to keep goals in sight. Fight, horseheads, fight. For a horizon that is bright. Keep fighting, old white and blue. Shall ever walk a path that's straight and true. Raise your head up to the sky for Horseheads high. Yes! With a score of 20-0, the Horseheads Blues Raiders defeated the Vestal Golden Bears. It was incredible, and I am so glad I get to sing the fight song again, and I get to present the Blue Hammer Award. But before I do, let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness, shall we? And I should probably... All right, let me bring this up back to eye level. There we go. I bring this to eye level, so now things are back to the way they are. I should probably... I gotta put the chair back. One moment, please. Let me put this over here. There. I put the chair in. Now, there we go. Let's get to my low, my high, my act of kindness. Let's see. My low... Well, honestly, my low really has nothing to do with the game at all because it was great. But obviously, I said before, my mom went to the U.S. Open for tennis in New York City. And last night she was on her way home, but she got stuck in New York City traffic. So this is like 8 o'clock at night when she called. And she said it was going to be like 5 hours when she got back. So I just feel really bad for my mom right now. But I'm sure she's fine. Just perfectly fine. No worries there. But my high, man. Good Lord, where do I even begin with my high? Considering what happened yesterday. I mean, Horseheads opened its stadium for the first time ever. I got to see the ribbon cutting. They invited all football alumni, such as myself, down to cheer the Horseheads Blues Raiders as they rushed out onto the field. The nostalgic smell of the combination of popcorn machine, popcorn, and Pudgie's pizza. Oh, man. It was great. And the school spirit was electrifying. Just all over the place. It was great. This is exactly what I was hoping for when Horseheads opened up his new stadium. Exactly a night like this. And it's even better because, as I said before, Horseheads won, and it's awesome. Now, before I get into the Blue Hammer Award, for those of you who do not know, what is the Blue Hammer Award? Well, for those of you who don't know, when I was at Trinity Pauling, we had a saying called Drop the Hammer. And during football season, they gave out an award known as the Blue Hammer Award. Now, originally, back when I was at Trinity Pauling, the award was really for any player that landed a hit so incredibly hard that everybody in the stadium felt it. They obviously don't really do that so much anymore. Nowadays, they give the Blue Hammer Award to say you're a running back that runs 250 and gets 2 touchdowns, stuff like that. Stuff where this player, you can sort of think of it as a combination of the MVP of the day as well as the coach's award winner for the day, because ultimately it is the coach who is supposed to give out the award. But the award is my idea for now, so there we go. Anyway, with that being said, there are some stipulations. Obviously, if you're going to try and win the award, be humble about it. Don't be have a monster game and be I deserve the Blue Hammer Award. Don't do that. That's showing hubris, and that's not cool. You gotta be humble in victory, gracious in defeat. That's how it goes. So, yes, it's pretty straightforward. And if you guys are wondering what I was singing earlier, back when I was at Trinity Pauling, every time Trinity Pauling won, we sang the fight song. And basically, considering that, seriously, there are so many things about Trinity Pauling I wish I could pass on to Horseheads. But you know what? I have an opportunity via these videos and obviously by talking to others to pass these values on to the next generation, and that's what I'm going to do. So with that being said, if the team wins, fight song. If not, no fight song. But Yeah, you know what? I should teach you guys. I'll teach you guys Trinity Pauling's fight song, and then I'll tell you the one I did for Horseheads. So for Trinity Pauling, it's fight on, you men of Trinity, fight on, you men of victory. Trinity, our cheer shall ever be. Fight, Trinity, keep up the fight for fame and glory. Fight, Trinity, we measure strength and loyalty. Keep fighting! Yeah, you have to yell the keep fighting part. Old blue and gold, because those are Trinity Pauling's colors, shall ever flaunt the skies in victory. Raise your voice and shout the praise of Trinity. And I figured I can make up one for Horseheads. And it's actually be simpler to do because a lot of words rhyme with white. So for Horseheads, it's fight on, men and women of blue and white. Fight on with all your very might. Horseheads high is our battle cry. Fight, Horseheads, fight. Keep up the courage to keep goals in sight. Fight, Horseheads, fight. For a horizon that is bright. Keep fighting, old white and blue. Shall ever walk a path that's straight and true. Raise your head up to the sky for Horseheads high. So there you go. You now know both Trinity Pauling's and Horseheads High School's fight songs. Even though Horseheads technically does not have a fight song, but if it does have a fight song, I call dibs on royalties. Anyway, so with that in mind, yesterday's game was absolutely fantastic. I mean, we won 20-0. You better believe it was fantastic, but I will admit, it was not perfect. In fact, honestly, Horseheads didn't score its first touchdown until literally seconds before the first half was over. So you're probably wondering why that was. Well, in the beginning, Horseheads kind of made some mistakes. You know, some offensive-related mistakes. Like, for one thing, they're on the 50-yard line. It's 4th and 10, and they decided to go for it instead of punting it. And yet, surprisingly, Vestal still didn't score. But that is a testament to how good Horseheads' defense was, which was outstanding, by the way. Seriously, I'm seeing like tackles and sacks and interceptions all over the place. Their defense is very well coached. And as we all know, defense, along with a very good offense, wins championships. But I will say, that's not to say the offense was bad. Not at all. They were fantastic. I mean, you don't score 20 points for nothing. And I will admit, I saw a lot of great players on both sides of the ball. 65 had like a really good fumble recovery. That was great. 14, 12, 20. They're all really good. But you know what? Considering what I saw yesterday, and honestly what I saw in the last spring season, because I actually had no idea this kid was a junior that year, but this year he's a senior, I think it's only fitting that the first Blue Hammer Award goes to number 33. Full disclosure, I actually have like the names and numbers of all the players, because they gave out like brochures and stuff for like who the number of player is and stuff. But as per my policy, I never name names, so as not to embarrass or offend anyone. Or in the case of these fine young students, you know, they have bright futures ahead of them, and it could be relatively sketchy that a random guy that, by all accounts, a technically random guy on the internet is mentioning their names. So for that reason, I'm not going to name names, but I will name their numbers. And number 33 last night was absolutely sensational. 3 rushing touchdowns, just pounding them in one by one throughout the rest of the game. After the first half, it was great. He was absolutely sensational. Although I will say, give credit where credit's due. Vestal really didn't have a bad team by all accounts. Horseheads was just better. I mean, seriously, Vestal had like number 44, who was like their running back, who, like, seriously, he landed like a really nice like shoulder right into right into the quarterback's chest. Like, everyone in the stadium felt that. Seriously, if like we were doing like the original Blue Hammer Award rules, and I would give an award, a Hammer Award to a member of the opposing team, it probably would have gone to number 44. I'm not going to lie, because he was really good. But regardless, everyone at Horseheads played absolutely sensational. And, I mean, I I can be definitely forgiving about the mistakes that were made in the first half. I mean, it's the first game of the season in the new stadium in front of a huge crowd. The first big crowd Horseheads has had since before the pandemic. Like, by all accounts, under the circumstances that Horseheads was in, they played fantastic. Like, really fantastic. And I can be very forgiving on their first game, especially when, in the end, the W most definitely took care of itself, so I'm okay with that. What else? And just the camaraderie, the school spirit, the marching band, the cheering, the hopping up and down at the beginning of the game, what Wisconsin does. It was all wonderful. I had a blast. And, again, I said earlier, they actually got to invite any alumni who were football players down to the gate where the Horseheads Blues Raiders come out. And we got to high five them. Like, yeah, let's go. It was amazing. Man, you better believe I'm coming to next week's game for sure. Well, I was going to do that anyway. But now I'm really coming back. You know what I'm saying? So, to all of the coaching staff, the players, and honestly the people working the stadium themselves, the announcers, the concession stand people, the ticket people, it was very clear that you all worked very, very hard to make last night as fun and memorable as it was. And for that, you deserve all the praise in the world. You better believe that if every game is like that, I can tell there's going to be some bright futures ahead for the Horseheads Blues Raiders football program. Make no mistake of that. Not to mention, the stuff before the game was fun. Seriously, they had food trucks. They had a taco truck, a chicken waffles truck. They had corn toss. Okay, it's called cornhole, but I'm not going to refer to it as cornhole because it's a stupid name. I'm going to call it corn toss. Can jam. You're giving out merchandise, t-shirts and stuff. Man, it was awesome. I had a blast. Plus, it was really fun seeing a lot of old friends again. I hadn't seen, seriously, I get there and someone yells, Nick? Seriously, I ran into an old classmate of mine from my graduating class at Horseheads, who's now the soccer coach at Horseheads. Or one of the soccer coaches. It was awesome. It was great to catch up with them and stuff. It was great. Got to see some other alumni too. I got to see some of my old coaches. What more could I say? Other than I completely forgot to talk about my act of kindness, didn't I? And for that matter, I forgot to do the intro. Okay, so my act of kindness, it's just a bit of a cop-out to say this is an act of kindness, but you know what? I felt good enough to do this. I actually invited my father to come with me, and it was great. We had fun. He had a great time because we both love talking about football. We love analyzing games and stuff to see how everyone's doing. It was great. To enjoy that with your father when he would watch you play football back in the day, man, it's just something special. It really is. But again, to number 33 of the Horseheads Blues Raiders, the Blue Hammer Award is most definitely yours this week. And if I continue to see what I saw last night, expect to win several more of these going forward. Although that's not, because yes, you can win the Blue Hammer Award more. To any students of Horseheads football team who are watching this, you can win this award more than once. In fact, last year I gave it to number 12 of when you had that spring season. I gave it to number 12 3 times because he earned it. But last night, number 33 most definitely earned it. And if he continues to play like he did last night, he'll be seeing at least one more of these going forward. But for now, to the Horseheads Blues Raiders football team, celebrate within reason. As a certain teacher there would say, make good choices. And get ready to derail the Elmira Express in less than 7 days. For those of you who don't know, the Elmira Express is named after a legendary Syracuse football player and Heisman Trophy winner Ernie Davis, who was known as the Express. So, yeah, that's why they're called the Elmira Express. But if Horseheads played like they did last night, I'm pretty sure that Express is going to be derailed. Go Horseheads. So, gotta do one of these. I look awesome with holding the hammer, too. Like, favorite channel, the subscribe button, follow me on social media, on YouTube. I am very home in this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy for today. And hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Actually, happy Saturday, everybody. And remember, if you guys want to talk, our channel is going to be here to lend an ear. Make sure I don't hit myself with a hammer. And remember, and always have your back. Take care. Make good choices. I'm not going to lie. I was so excited from last night. I got no sleep. It was just so awesome. Take care.